Morning, it's Richard and Paul and we're in the kitchen today again. What to do with all those green tomatoes? I'm sure plenty of people have got a glut of green tomatoes at the moment. Some people throw them away. No. Some people make a chutney. Well, we've got plenty of chutneys anyway. We don't need any more because we're not going to get through it, and we're certainly not going to be giving those kind of things away as gifts because not everybody likes green tomato chutney. A couple of weeks ago, Paul said to me, I'm going to make a green tomato and potato curry, and I kind of was a little bit sceptical about that because I thought it's going to taste really green. Well, it was divine. Just so you know, green tomatoes will ripen if you leave them. Ours have been kind of in the shade on a tray, haven't they?
Yeah.
And they've still gone red.
Yeah.
In fact, Paul, just grab those from over there. These were green tomatoes. Whoops.
Oh.
Quite a lively little tomato there.
Oh.
Lots of lively tomatoes. Oh well. Those were green. They're now on the floor and one's gone underneath the worktop. They were left on a tray and they ripened, no problem. So today we're in the kitchen making the same curry as we made a couple of weeks ago with a slight adjustment of a little bit more chilli. Let's go through the ingredients and show you what we've got.
A tablespoon of olive oil, 500 ml of made up bouillon, 500 grams of green tomatoes, 500 grams of potatoes, 150 grams of peas. If you wanted to use your own cooked beans or tin of beans, you could do that as well. Red onion, you could use white, we're using red. Garlic cloves, these are quite small, so we're using 6, but we normally use 4 fat ones. Then spices, there's 2 cardamom pods, and I've taken the seeds out of one of them. I'll take the seeds out of the other. You don't want to have the pod in what we're doing. Ginger, coriander, cumin, turmeric and chili, and the amount of those spices is actually going to be in the ingredients list below, and we're going to mix those with a tablespoon of water.
And what we do is actually crush those seeds, isn't it, Paul?
Yeah, the cardamom seeds will be crushed.
We'll crush them
on the back of a spoon.
Great, so we're going to take you through the method.
So we've got a pan warming here. We've chopped our onion, sliced our garlic. We've halved or quartered the tomatoes depending upon their size. You want sort of inch-size pieces, similar size pieces with the potatoes, and then we put all the spices with a tablespoon of water into here.
Okay, so what's the first thing you're going to do?
First thing is we're going to add a tablespoon or about a tablespoon of oil to a warmed pan. Let's turn that up a bit. Now it's in. That's fine. And then we're going to add our onions.
Okay, and how long are you going to cook the onions for, Paul?
We're going to cook them on a low heat for 5 minutes to soften them down. So these have now been cooking for about 5 minutes. They're translucent and have softened down. This is our spice mix and is going in. I can't do it that way, so I'm going to have to do it this way. Right, so we're going to stir that around for 2 minutes. So this is now cooked for 2 minutes. We're adding our garlic.
We add the garlic afterwards because we don't want the garlic to burn, because it can become bitter.
Very bitter. And just stir that for a minute. It's quite dry at this stage, don't worry about that, because we're going to be adding plenty of tomatoes which have got liquid, and also we're going to be adding bouillon. Right, so we're adding the tomatoes. Our potatoes. Let's give those a stir. So we're just coating them in, everything in there already. And now we're adding the 500 ml of bouillon. I'm going to heat that up to boiling point, and then we're going to let it simmer for 15 minutes, covered, giving it a stir every now and again.
So, you're adding the peas later because the peas do need to be cooked as well, don't they?
They do need to be cooked, yes. But we don't want to put them in at the moment because we want the potatoes to cook. The peas will take a lot less time than the potatoes.
Yeah, but always remember that frozen vegetables do need to be cooked through before use.
Yes, yeah.
Great, so we'll come back a little later and we'll see what it looks like. So how long has it been cooking for, Paul?
About 15 minutes, and the as you can see, the tomatoes have started breaking down, and the potato is al dente at the moment. So in about another 5 minutes cooking after we've added the peas, it should all be ready.
Okay, and I mean, as with most curries, a little bit longer cooking is kind of quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, or leave it, put it in the
it.
fridge and heat it up tomorrow, and the flavours will have gone through even more.
Or if you're having it for dinner that night, leave it on the stovetop.
Yeah.
To mellow, and the flavours will only get better. So you're adding the peas now, Paul?
Adding the peas. And also, if you had squash and you didn't want to use potatoes, you could use squash or pumpkin instead.
Yeah, absolutely. In go the peas.
Stir those through. They'll obviously, because they're frozen, they'll drop the temperature, so you want to bring the temperature back up, though these have been standing for a while, so they won't be completely frozen. That's looking good.
It looks lovely. And we'll probably have this with
some rice, I think.
Some rice. I mean,
Or
you could
some pitta.
have pittas with it, or you could serve it with couscous or bulgur wheat, anything like that, anything grainy. I mean, some people might not want to have 2 lots of carbohydrate.
Yeah.
So you could have it on its own.
You could have it on its own, or you could have it with some roasted pumpkin. That would be nice as well.
Yeah, or indeed with a side salad, with some steamed leaves, kale or cabbage, anything like that, as a side dish, as an accompaniment.
And also on the spices, if you don't like things spicy, then tone down the spices. So instead of using a teaspoon, use half a teaspoon. If you don't like chilli, don't put chilli in.
You can make it as...
Yeah, you can just change it, mix it round.
You can make it as mild or as spicy as you want. In terms of seasoning, you might want to add some black pepper. You might want to add a little bit more salt if you like that. But this should be, tasty enough as it is.
Yeah.
But you can adjust the recipe as you like, and it's a good recipe. So that is a green tomato, potato and pea curry.
Yum.
Thanks very much for watching, and remember, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We post on a regular basis, and there are plenty of videos in our library for you to watch already. So thanks very much. Bye for now.
Bye.